Hi, everyone. And in today's session, we are going to understand the basic visualization. So, I think everyone is now familiar with how to bring the data into the Power BI and how you do cleaning and transformation. And then after that, we'll be understanding the visualization. So, in Power BI, you have this in your desktop, you have this visualization pane. So first let's understand the different visuals that are present over here. So the first line over here, it's talking about the series of bars. So the bars are one visualization that we work whenever we have to show the comparison in the values. So at that time, we use this kind of visualization, the bar or the column visualization. Second line, it's talking about the series of line. Over here, the lines I can say are the best visualization to go for when you have a dates in the visualization. So line would be the best visualization to use, or you can go with it. Then we have some combination of visualization. These charts are good when we want to show the two measures. So you can go for the combination chart. Then you have a ribbon chart over here. It's good when you want to show the ranking of the products and how the rank is changed over a time. So you can go for the ribbon chart for that. Then the third line, in the third line, it shows the distribution of data. So over here we have a scatter chart. So basically, even though, as I was saying, it shows the distribution of data, even though it won't show the exact data point, still they will show you how the data has been distributed. So you can go for that. Then fourth line is the combination of maps. So whenever you have a geographic related data, like when you have some latitude or longitude in your data, then the best visualization is to create a map. You can go for the map. Then we have a gauge chart over here. It is used whenever we want to show the target versus actual data. Then you can go for the gauge chart. Then we have some series of card over here, right? So these are the visual representation of your KPI, so that you want to show on your report. So for that you can go for the cards visuals. After that, then we have the KPI visualization over here. In Power BI, it's wonderful visualization to show. Like you can show the couple of things when where we can see a trend over a time, or when we want to see the actual value, or when we want to see the comparative values. Like for example, if we have to see the sales or targets and growth, we can go for the KPI visualization. So over here, the red and green color showing it shows the positive growth or the negative growth. So you can go for the KPI visualization. Then we have a slicer over here. Slicer is used when you want the end user to interact with some filters, right? So we can say the slicer is a filter, but it's for the end user when they want to interact with the filters. Like over here, we do have a filter panes, but the end user do not have that flexibility to make changes to the filter. That is what we do. But if you want the end user to interact with your reports or interact with your filters, then we can go for the slicers. So that's the major difference between the filters and the slicers. Then we have two types of table over here, right? We have a normal table and we have a matrix table. in a matrix table, you can work with hierarchies over here. It will give you some kind of plus sign to expand your data. So you can use the matrix. Then we have some R and Python that are not currently available. For that, you have to go for some kind of installation. You have to run some script. Then you can use those things for R and Python. Then we have some AI enabled visualization also available, and some Power Platform visuals also available with us. So there are like 30 plus of visuals that we have in our Power BI. Apart from this, you can also bring a custom visuals. For that, you are from the app source, and for that you have to make some payment to bring those or use those visuals. But you can use this visuals and to in your report, and it's one of the best to show all your insights. So now, as I told you, like Power BI offers a variety of charts to visualize the data effectively. So over here, I think for now, till now, everyone must be have been familiar with this data. So over here, we have a sales data. So, for example, as we are making a sales dashboard, and we have a sales data, and in this data, this data is being provided by the Microsoft, and it's a data of Adventure Work Company. It's a fictitious company that has been provided by Microsoft. That will be very useful for us to learn the Power BI and how the dashboards are being made. So it is this sample data is useful, will be useful for you in your real scenarios also. So that's the reason for the sales thing we have taken this one. So as I was talking about the Adventure Work Company, it's a manufacturing company who manufactures the bikes, or the mountaineering bikes, and some its components, its accessories, its spare parts, and also some clothing related to the bikes, some logos and all those stuff that we have with it. So this is the data, and we'll be working on this data. So now, let's understand the basic visuals that we have over here, right? As we have already talked about the series of bars, some lines, some combination charts, ribbon charts, some maps, and some AI visuals, right? So AI visual will be covered in our next in the advanced visualization part. But in today's session, we will discuss some of this basic visuals so that you will get an idea how to work with it. So very first, the visual that I'm going to talk about is the stack bar chart. Okay, so over here we have a stack bar chart. So whenever you are working on a canvas, right, you have to just click on the chart over here, and it will come into your canvas, right? This is our canvas. Remember this term, canvas. So you have that flexibility in Power BI, to make a change, or you can drag it over the canvas. You can just use and resize it according to your ritual. And from now, always remember, whenever you are working with a ritual, be in the habit of formatting the visual, right? So it will be very easy for you to design your reports. So that's the reason I always ask everyone, when you start with a visualization, always be in the habit of doing the formatting, right? Making it more effective for your insight. So let's start with our very first example of stack bar chart. And if I talk about a stack bar chart, it's a horizontal bar chart where multiple categories stack on top of each other within each bar. Okay, so let's take an example of sales by region and year. So we will be looking at sales by region and by year throughout this basic visualizations. We will take the same example and we'll see how this different visuals and how it's giving you the insight from that. So as I told you, we are going to go and look for sales by region and year. So over here, let's take that. So let me go and add my sales, and we will be going and taking a region. Okay. All right. And I will also add the year to my y-axis. Okay, and I will just resize it so that over here. So see, as I told you, uh, whenever you are working with a visual, be in the habit of formatting the visuals, right? So once you, whenever you want to format, say formatting is different for all the visual. Okay, so whenever you want to format a specific visual, you have to first click on that particular visual. Right now, I am having just a one visual that I'm going to format. So I have selected this one, and over here under the visualization pane, you have these three tabs, right? In a build visual, you are having the visual, different visuals. After that, you have the second one option with brush icon. It's showing over here. Huh? So this is a format your visual, right? In the format visual, also you're having a two options. One is visual and one is the general. Okay, so whenever you want to do the formatting, you can use and you can explore this, right? It will come with exploring. So whenever you're working, explore what are the things to see what are the changes it's making. Suppose if I want to make changes into my y-axis, okay, and I just want to increase the font. Okay, so I'm just increasing the font. Right now you can see it's clearly visible, so you can increase the font, you can make it bold, you can change the color of it. Like suppose if I go for the black, so I'm going for it, and what the maximum width, and then you can go for the title over here. So there are lots of formatting options for you to explore. So whenever you are working on it, be in the habit of formatting your visual. Even if I go for my x-axis over here, right, even in the values, if I want to increase the font, I can do that, right? And you can even go for the title, so you can just change the font and all those stuff. And if you want to just go for the default, so you will get the option reset to default. There are some grid lines. If you want to change the color of bar, you can do that. You can change the transparency over here. Right? If you want the data labels to be on, so it will show you how much sales southwest region has been made, so you can add the data labels. Even you can position those. Right now it's on auto. If you want it inside it, if you want to change the color, you can do that like inside, and it's going to come up like that. So according to that, you have to format all those things and make it like as I told you, the data analysis is telling a story to the data. So it should tell the story. So according to that, you have to format your visuals. Then even in the general sections, you have properties, you have a title over here. I don't want the sum of, I just want to see the sales. Okay, so that's the reason I have just given the sales. And if you want it in the middle, you can do that. You can increase the size, you can change, you can go for the background colors, but always remember, don't make it colorful, right? Make it clean and easy to understandable. Okay, so these are some pointers that you have to keep in mind and explore this. So right now, as let me go towards my build visual. Okay, so I just want to see the sales by a region and by year. So over here, now you can see we have a southwest Canada, we have a central, and all of the regions available here. So the total sales is going across, and each bar is divided up into each individual year. Okay, so over here we can't see uh, the year. What's going on? Let me see. Okay, yeah. So now you can see on our y-axis, we are getting region and year, but it's not displaying over here. So it is because all of that is being on the same axis. That is, region and year are on the same axis. So when uh, you are having the same axis, the field are in the same axis, it allows you to drill up and down. So now once I have added year, it's giving me the option of drilling up and down thing. So now if I want to see the year, I can just go ahead, and now you can just see I'm having a 2018, 19, and 20, and you can see in which year the how was the sales. Okay, so now you can see the sales by region and also by year over year. Okay, if I go ahead and just drill up, and I'm getting sales by region. So I can just go because it's giving me the sales by region and year. So I can go ahead and quickly change the title sales by region, and I will add the year also. All right. So this is how your uh, the bar chart works, right? You will see the date here also, right? When you go for the drill down thing. So you are getting sales by region and year. So the key is here you must not overwhelm with the data, right? This provides a story like how many sales did we have per year and how it is broken down into each of the particular region. So now if I swap the region to legend, let's see. Okay, I will just remove the region over here, and I will add the region to my legend. Let's see how it's going to work. Yeah, now you can just see it's coming up like a stack. So if I just hover over here, so in your 2020 region is Australia, and what is the sales? It's around like 13 million. And so if I go for the Canada, so it's showing you that the sales of the year by a region. Right, similar to that. If I right now I have just added the region over here. So instead of region, I will now just add a year. Let's see, add a year over here. Right now, I think this is looking much more better. It's compared to the previous one where I have added a region to the year. Right now, you can just see. So this is the southwest region. So in year 2018, the region was around, the sales was around this 39. Then you have the 7. So you can see it. So it's more better looking over here. So whenever you are working on visualization, see how the visuals are going to tell the story, or how it's going to tell you, giving you the insight and what you want to show it. Right now I want to show those sales by region and year. Right. So now it's giving me the region, it's giving me the year, everything in a one visual. Okay, you can change the colors of the bars according to yourself. It's completely, how you work and format this one. Now, similar to the stack bar chart, we will just swap this to the column chart. Okay, let's see that. Now you can see. So instead of displaying horizontally, it's displaying vertically, right? So you can go ahead and change this. That is the only difference between this one. So this is how you work with it. So what I will do, I will swap it back to my column, and there here I will just give the name as bar chart. Okay, you can do that. And now if I go to my next page, and I will just copy this visual and I will paste it over here, right? And I will just give the name over here as column chart. And I will just switch that. So this will be the column chart. Okay, so this is how you work with a series of bar. Next visual that we are going to talk about is the line chart. This is the line chart. Now this displays the data points connected by continuous line to show trends over time. So instead of making this, I will again copy this visual and I will paste it over here, and I will rename this page as line chart. And let me change this to line chart, and this is good. But what I want is, I want region over here, and I will add a year over here. Okay, and now you can see this data labels are not looking that much. So I will just go ahead and turn off the data labels over here. Okay, so over here now this is my line chart. As I told you, it displays the data point connected by the continuous line. Okay, so data points are connected with a continuous line. So if I hover over here, it's right, it is giving you all the data points, giving you the sales by a region, right? So this in this, each of the individual areas are not stacked on top of each other, right? Earlier, you can see the data was stacked on top of each other, but over here, it's not stacked on each other. The idea of line chart is that it enables you very simply to see where each of the values goes, including if they interact with other, if they overlap, right? So first line is very, very clear. It is the southwest region, right, from the region side. And this is the region that makes the highest sale, right? So this is the, it is very easy for us to understand, even for the this also Canada. Yeah, it's a Canada. It's a second region that is having a highest sales. Then so this is the, it is very easy for us to understand, even for the this also Canada. Yeah, it's a Canada. It's a second region that is having a highest sales. Then after that, you can just see how the these lines are overlapping with each other, or I can say interacting with each other. So you can see over here how these lines are interviewing with each other. So basically, it allows you to have this individual items on top of the each other. Yeah, it's giving over here. So same thing, if I just change this to the area chart. Okay, let me just select this visual, and if I change this to area chart like this. So it's similar to the line chart, but with the area below the line, you can see the area below the line over here filled with the color. So it emphasizes the magnitude of change over a time, right? This one. So when I change the area chart, you can see also when I just change that line chart to the area chart, You can see the interviewing is happening over here, right? This all these are interviewing with each other, and it does allow for you to able to see the line as well, right? They are interviewing with each other, it has been filled up, and even we can see the lines over here. The only problem with this is that each color is not necessarily associated with a particular region, right? If I go towards over here, so this is not giving me the particular region, it's showing me everything. Same if I go to my topmost over here, over here, right? So that is the problem with an area chart. So this would be not a great visual to show this. So I will just quickly go towards my line chart. Okay. And to solve those dilemma, we have the other chart, right? So let's talk about that chart. So I will just quickly copy this visual over here, and I will just give the name as ribbon chart. Okay. So if I talk about this ribbon chart, a variation, it's just a variation of stack column chart where the order of series changes dynamically to highlight the ranking. To explain this, right, I already have a line chart where I having a year on my x-axis, sales on my y-axis, and region on my legend. So here you can easily identify the first top line, right? As I was saying, that first top line is of Southwest. It's the region who's making the highest sale. Even you can see the second one. But when you go for third, fourth, or fifth, now you can't see which line is third, or because they are interviewing with each other. That was the problem when you use the line chart or when you go for the area chart, because you can see it's keeping changing over here. Third, fourth, fifth lines are changing. So to solve this dilemma, we use the ribbon chart. Now if I select this visual and click on the ribbon chart, now you can see. So here the ribbon chart takes some of the interesting aspect from each. So here you can see that we have got the regions. Okay, let me see. Okay, this is the south region, right? If I just go now, you can just see if I'm hovering over this region, you can see the rank, right? So southwest region is the first one, it is the highest one. Now if I go for the northwest, right, it was the if I go over here, so here you can see the change in the rank, right? In 2019 its rank was third, but in year 2020 it is second, right? So you can see how the ranking you are getting over here. That was not possible, or it was not able to see when we were using the line chart or the area chart. Even if I go for the Canada region, right? If I scroll over here also you can see in 2019 the Canada rank was 2. Now in 2020 it's changed to third, right? So you can see that we have got Canada starting from 3, it's going to 2. So the ribbon chart here allows you to see the volume with total, and you can also see the ranking of it, right? So this is how you work with a ribbon chart when you want to show the ranking. Okay, next basic visual that I'm going to talk about is I will add it to the next, and that is nothing but a pie chart. Okay, so it's very common and everyone is familiar with the pie chart, right? So pie chart is it's a circular chart divided into the slices to represent the proportion. It is best for showing the percentage breakdowns of whole. Let's say I add a pie chart. Okay, I've added this, and I will just resize over here. But when you all will be doing this, I would be expecting doing the formatting, right? Right now, I'm just explaining. I'm not going for the formatting part. Yeah, but I have showed you how you can do that. Okay, so now let's say I have added a pie chart and I want to see what is the total sales volume was. So I will just go ahead and I will add a sales, right? Okay, I have added that sales. So I have added the sales to my value axis, but it doesn't tell me anything, right? It's just showing me the total sales is 77.5 million, 55 million. Yeah, that I know. So now let's divide it into the region name. So I will just put the region over here in my detail sections. Yeah, now you can just see the region and it's clearly showing you the southwest is the highest one. So I have divided this and it's giving you, but see, pie chart is good when you want to show the, when you have the data values like till 5. Right now we are having like around 11 to 12, so it's good when you want, you have the 5 one. So it will suppose if I wanted to see the top 5 region, so that would be good to show. Right now it's showing me the entire region. Right, and yeah, so I have already done that. So what I will do, instead of showing all the region, I just want to show the top 5 region, okay, who is making a sale. So for that I will be adding a filter, and this is my region. I'm just adding a filter on the this one. So I want to see the top 5 region, and for that I will be going for my top n, and I want to see the top 5 and by sales. Okay, and I will be applying the filter. Now over here you can just see the top 5 region. Okay, the southwest is the top highest, then comes the southeast, southwest, central, and the Canada. Now it's easy for us to understand. And now if I want to divide this single portion, like if I want to subdivide it, what I will do, I will put the quarter into the detail section. Okay, so what I will do, I will just remove this. I will add the region to my legend. Okay, and now I will add a quarter volume. And let me just add the filter. And suppose I just want to see of the year of 2020. Okay. Right, so now you can see, you have just, I have just divided this. Okay, so this is the quarter, in quarter 1, right? What was the sales? You can just see over here, even for quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. So according to that, you can add the, this, you can subdivide those things. So this is how you work with a pie chart. And then you can go for the formatting step. Right now it's very, very hot spot. So I will just remove those things and I will bring again region to my details sections. Okay, like this. So this is how you work with your pie chart. And if I talk about the donut chart, so if I change this pie chart to the donut chart, okay, like this. So it's a variation of the pie chart, only with a hole in the center. There is no difference, only there is the hole between the center. So it provides better visualization clarity for comparing the proportions. So you can also go for the donut chart. All right, so I will just change it to the region over here. Okay, And one more basic visual that I want to explain you is the tree map over here. Just resize it over here, and I want to see the sales. So I will just add a sales over here. And under the categories, I will add the region. Okay, it's very easy to understand. So this tree map represents a hierarchical chart that represents the data using this nested rectangles. So the size of the rectangles and the color of the rectangle show you the sales. So it's clearly you can see the Southwest is making more sales with the size of the rectangle you can see over here, right? So best for visualizing the hierarchicals data with a part with a whole relationship. So you can go for it. Even if I add the year over here, my categories section, so you can just drill down those also. I have just added it to the detail section, right? So now you can see in 2020 how much sales in the Southwest has happened. So according to that, you will add and work with a tree map. So it was all about the different visuals. So the advanced visuals, that are some AI part that I want to discuss, will be doing in our next session. Okay, so I hope, yeah, everyone has understood and how to work with the basic visualizations.